Hi and welcome to another video. I am Marissa, and for those that know me on Instagram, you have seen me build this little laptop box. And what I will do today is little embellishments. Okay, I will use the materials I have in my lapbook box and to make these little embellishments to go in my junk journal. So I have found a new name for this, just by the way. Last night someone asked me to go and look at flow journals and see if their concept is the same as what I did here. It looks the same, it really does, and it most probably is a flow journal. So go look up flow journal and to see if that is what you think this is. I will keep calling it a lap box because it was inspired by the lap books, you know, their whole function thingy. Excuse me. And well, that's what, and I just made it look like a box instead of being all flat. I just made it look more boxy. So I will continue calling it a lap book box. I must write this down so I don't make mistakes. Anyway, so what I will be doing is I wanted to try this die cut that I got from AliExpress, and it cuts these nice little things. It looks like mesh. Really looks like mesh, and I like working with mesh or chicken wire, similar, something like that. So I did try these last night, and I did cut with brownish cardstock. It didn't pop up that nicely, even against the blue denim. This is blue denim. Sorry, that one's crooked. And I also tried out the new lace I got also from AliExpress. And these flowers are from a book I bought at a shop in Porto. It's the oldest, not the oldest, I think they consider it to be the most beautiful bookstore in the world. It's called Lello, L-E-L-L-O. You must check it out. Oopsie daisy. If you ever go to Porto, you have to check out that bookstore. Apparently Harry Potter based their library on this bookstore. So like a copy, almost a copy, a perfect copy, beautiful. So I did buy this little book, and I didn't show this on Instagram. I did buy, not a little book, it's a big book, and I did buy it so that I can cut out all these wonderful little flowers, and I used these smaller ones for these little embellishments. Okay, these little embellishments here, they are cut out, and all the little other goodies, the mushrooms, the owls, and the butterflies, that is from, well, the butterflies and the bird is from Graphics Fairy. The mushrooms are from Navage Patch. I think that's how you would pronounce it, the Navage Patch. Anyway, I did post these on my Instagram account if you'd like to see. Go check out their website. They are free printables. And, well, anyway, let's do this. So what I will be doing is I will be taking out the raw materials from this side, okay, of my wonderful little lap book. And I will be making some, I think I want to make some pockets today. I'm in the mood for pockets. These are little embellishments that I would just stick on my, like on maybe a top corner of a page, like that. And I wouldn't stick it, I would actually staple it. I like using staples, but if you want, you can use glue or like that so that the lace hangs out. All right, that'll look pretty. That'll actually look very pretty. That'll go right there. Keeping that there. And most of these pages that are in my lap book box, sorry, over here are some of mine, but most are from swaps that I've been getting from these wonderful ladies that I've been swapping with. So that is, yes, I will be working with that today. So let's get a move on. I will need to make the pockets, and I will use one of these first. Let's just move this away a little bit. And pocket. Well, I need my ruler. I'm just going to eyeball this. Maybe I can do it the same size to fit a tag in. So what I like to do is just get a tag, normal tag, the number, I think this is number 8 tag, for those who are Tim Holtz lovers know what I'm talking about. And fold one side. Yeah, fold one side. And then put the tag inside there and just fold it back. I like to give it a little space to wiggle around, so I won't fold it snug, but at least it fits inside. And then I like to do that little paper bag imitation there. Now will my tag show? I like my tag showing a bit. I really do like the tag showing a bit, so will this be my front? This will be my front. I like that. Okay, so let's cut this up. And I will be using distress inks today. Crooked? Is that straight? If it's crooked, that's fine. I'm crooked as well, so. Okay, like I said, I will be using distress inks today because I've been getting a lot of comments on my Instagram account asking me what distressing is. If it's a brand, or if it's a name of something, if it's actually something that we do. So better than explaining by writing, I will explain it by showing. So how about I just do some distressing while we are at this. Is that too short? Let me just see. Oh, that's nice. I like the tag showing. Alright, so let's do it. So I will need some glue. And yes, my glue bottle is nicely decorated with washi tapes and sticky back lace. My kids are home today, that's why I'm here. The grandmother's ditched on me. But that's alright, they need their holiday as well. I will just close the end of this one here so that nothing falls out. Well, nothing will fall out because I am folding it in. But it's just another secure measure I will be doing. Alright. And this is a very simple pocket. Nothing to it. And if that bugs you, just snip it off, and it's sort of bugging me. So let's just snip it off. There we go. And then glue that down. Put that on top so it doesn't move. While I reach for my dustbin. Just far away. Okay, so pocket. Now I can just simply grab one of these and just stick it on there, right? That would be calling me lazy because it's already done and you wouldn't see me do anything. So why don't I do something for you? I definitely want to use one of these. And I want to use some old paper as well. And I already have this one that's nicely torn. Do I have another one that's nicely torn? This one's cut. What I mean by cut is, I'm just getting this one here. I cut just around the words so that we get this margin out. Or I tear. I like to tear more than cutting. This one I cut. But anyway, no matter. We'll use it all the same. And I will have to tear it down. Tearing makes it look so much better. Believe me, you must try tearing. And actually, I will do that with this. Let's cut to perfectly. We don't want perfect. Oh, here we go. So I tear just along the words where they end. Sometimes when you make pockets out of this, you'll actually want to keep the margins just to fold that back. Now I'll show you that later. Don't know if I'll show you in this video, but I will show you that in another video or whenever. So I just tear around that. And the paper's very, very old, so it actually tears very nicely. Now, let's see if I need to tear it a little bit more down, just slightly more down, like a centimeter or half a centimeter. And will that do? Yes. And I'll have to choose if I want to see this or not. Maybe I'll just do it on this side and we'll hide that. Because if I am going to put it over there, why don't I just hide it? So yeah, I'll hide it, put that towards the back. And I will need to cut it on this line. Tear it, sorry. Okay, we save. This can go to the bin. This I will save. Now here comes the fun part, distressing. I will need my distress mat, which is this little thing here. It's just something that's I could do it on the glass, but it will sort of stain the glass if I don't clean it. If you don't really have anything else, you can do it on something that's like glassy, or like a tile, something that will not absorb the paint, the ink, not the paint. It won't absorb the ink. We don't want you doing it on a piece of paper, like an A4 piece of paper, the printer paper, and then doing this on top of it, because the A4 will just absorb a lot of ink. Alright, we don't want that. So these are distress inks. Now, distress inks come in a whole variety of colors. Let me see if I can show you that. I have mine stored in this wonderful travel bag. Not that I travel with them, but they are all inside here. Okay, so these are distress inks. Now they come in these small little ones that I just showed. Sorry about the arm. They come in the small little ones, and they come in the big ones. Okay, and as you can see, nice colors, pretty colors, bright colors, more vintagey colors. Okay, these are not my distress inks. These are another brand. But basically, oh, and then you will need a tool, a distress tool. Alright, distress tool normally has Velcro, and you will need a sponge like the sponge that hooks onto the Velcro, and this is what we work with. Alright, so I have a clever way of having a sponge for each color, and I just put a little bit of Velcro at the back, and I stick the sponge to it. So each color has a sponge, but they say you don't need to swap sponges. I just do that. I like keeping a sponge for each color. But Rangers Ink, which is the brand of distress ink, they say that you don't need to, well, we don't need to swap the sponges, that the ink will not mix. I don't know if I trust that, but I've never tried, so I'm sure that a lot of ladies have tried that. So these are the distress inks, alright? And if you want to age paper, you need to use the brown toned inks. And there are loads of brown toned inks. What I will be using is, did I just pack the other one away? I just packed the other one away. Let me get it quickly. Okay, got it. I did pack it away. Don't need this one. So, like I was saying, for aging paper, well, this is already aged. But for aging paper, you will need the brown inks. Okay. For example, this is more white. Okay, so I will be doing on both of them just to show you. And I like using two tones of brown, a lighter color and a darker color. Now there are loads of browns in distress ink. You have Vintage Photo, which is this one, Walnut Stain. You have Burlap. What's it? Burlap. You have Tea Dye, which is more like a pinky, but it's still a nice color to age. And I can't even remember all the other names, but there are loads of browns. So just choose a lighter tone and a darker tone to do this. And if you choose a darker tone over the light tone, or if you choose both of them and use a light and a darker, you can actually do a faux burnt page. Like, you know, when you burn the page with a lighter or the flame, it does that effect. Beautiful. So I will be taking my sponge, and this is my brown sponge. So this, literally, I don't have for each color, and I will be using the first color first, the lighter color first. Sorry, not the first color first. Duh. What we do is just swipe it, just so you can get some. We're not in the postage. You know, when you put your letters in a what do you call that? When you go put your letters to send your letters, it's I know in Portuguese it's a correio. New word for you guys, correio. Portuguese lesson. I need some English lessons. So we don't do this. We are not working in a postal service. We do swipe it like that. So it gets nice and inky. And it gets so nice and inky that there's too much ink on this already. So we need to just dab on the mat, take the excess off first. And then what we do is just pretend that this is my mat, all right, and I'm on my mat. We don't do this. We lift it slightly. So I will be lifting it slightly in a slanty way and in circular motions, all right? And basically your paper stays still and your hand, the spongy thing moves, the distress tool moves. and turn your paper when necessary. And the more you incline your sponge, okay, your inky tool, your distress tool, the less it will go in. The more you put it down, the more ink will go in. I'll show you that in a minute. I like to just do the edges, or nearest to the edge as possible, and then I go in. Okay, now my distress tool is all the way in, all the way down. Okay, and if you need more ink, don't go there. I just put a whole bunch of it here. Remember when I took out the excess? Go grab that and you have enough. Okay, there we go, and that's that. You can have some areas that are darker than others, that's fine. Old paper doesn't look all the same. So now, this one, take the excess off, circular movements. Now I'm going all the way down on this one, just so that it'll be quicker. And you don't need to press very, very hard on your thingamabob, your distress tool, sorry. Sometimes the paper likes to crease, that's quite alright. Don't worry about it. Don't think too much about it. You can go back and darken it. You can go back and say, oh, this is too white in the middle. We'll just do the whole damn thing. There we go. How does that look? See the difference? That looks great. Okay, so now we've done the lighter color. Now let's go in for the darker color. Now the other way of applying distressing is directly with the cushion thingy full of ink. And that way we just lift the paper, and this, because I want to do the burnt effect, I will only put on the edge. Okay, and I will show you the different way to do it there. And it will just look like the edges are burnt. And because this is a darker brown, it has loads of ink, remember that, so we don't need to press very hard, just very lightly. And if you want it to go more in, just go more in. And turn the angle of your cushion full of ink. And of course this way you waste a little bit more, okay, not a little bit, a lot more ink, but oh, it looks so great. It really looks great. So that's my faux burnt piece of paper. Another way to do it, okay, with the same effect or directly, is just to that. And this is more ruggedy rug. Alright, that's really brutal, but it has its effect. And in this you don't need to do it all just on the edges, you can do it all the way. Alright, I'll actually just do that because it's a little bit quicker. And you can actually do it, I won't do it with the dark one because it'll just cover up my letters, but if you wanted to in the beginning, you could just do that. Okay, with maybe another color or something. Alright, there we go. So that's 3 different ways of using distressing. Now it's very wet, so, and you will get your fingers nice and brown or colorful. Depends what color you're using. I'm using brown, my fingers are brown. So I will put this aside so that I don't stick my fingers in there. Okay, so that's distressing for you. I hope that was self-explanatory, or it's enough. Not self-explanatory, but enough. So I also like to do a little bit of distressing on the pocket page. So this is another way to do it, with sponge, and just very roughly and very raggedy, just do it. Just put your ink on the paper. It's not supposed to be perfect. There we go. There's my opening here. Alright, so that looks a little bit better. So I'll be sticking this down first. Let me just pack this away. Oh, and these little ones and the big ones also do the same thing. They can stack up on each other. Anyway, you can pack it away easier. So glue, this one. This is old paper, so it's like a strand of hair. That's how much glue you must put on. Don't need a lot of glue, it will stick. I know there are some glues that are not very sticky, especially the lipstick glues. What do we call the lipstick glues? I don't have one yet. So I do have one of these things. What do you call these things? Glue stick. I do just love it when they have an English name. Glue stick. These don't stick very well. I'm sorry. I don't like those. I do use them, but I try to use them. I really do. But this is just better. I know that this will make my paper more humid and it will start to crinkle up, but that's why we only need to use a little bit of glue and like that hair strand of glue, and not just, we're not painting with glue, so I don't need to shove a whole bunch of glue there. So very little glue, very little glue. Okay, so let's carry on. Oh, that'll be nice. I like that. Okay, now I need my lace. How about lace? Lace. Some pretty lace. They're too small. Let's see this one. That looks good. Oh, and you can distress lace as well. You can just, if you don't have your coffee spray here, I actually don't have any coffee spray made. I would definitely spray this with coffee and then let it dry. But this would be just as quick. Distressing your lace. Any color. And I think I'm going to go for this one. I like the ruffled look. So, just cut that up to size. And I don't know how I put all this in here, but I did. I'm not going to waste time in putting it back in if it takes too long. There we go, that's all in. There we go, that's all in. Okay, so the lace would go there. I do have another glue which is definitely not acid free. Okay, this is my glue. It's called Block. I don't even know where this comes from. Spain maybe. I think it's Spanish. No, this is not. I don't even know. Italian? It's either Italian or it's either Spanish. It doesn't say. But this is potent glue. Okay, this is that thing you do not want to put near your photos. I do not use this in my mini albums. I do not use this where I know I will have photos nearby. Alright? I do use it in my junk journals a lot. And why? Because, well, we like paper going brown and yellow, don't we? So if this thing actually turns my paper yellow and brown, I don't mind. That's what we do. Well, I just made this one browner. So if this thing makes my paper go more yellow and brown, what the heck. And that's what I use for my bigger embellishments, to stick them down. My lace, my wooden things, my metal things like buttons and other things. So that's what I use with here. Paper I use this one. But this is just a normal tacky glue. The PVA glue, tacky glue. I also have Arlene's tacky glue here. So anyway, any glue that you are comfortable in using, just use it. Excuse me. So I'm just going to overlay the things that I hope I will use. I have, what do I have in my pocket? Let me see what I have in my pocket. I definitely want to play with some of these stamps that I stamped last night. My new stamp, I bought some new stamps, wonderful new stamps. This is a ticket stamp, and this has got more scripts and, turn them upside down. Got more script and document thingies, and these are stamps and another script. This script one is lovely. So I stamped them on a whole bunch of different colored cardstocks last night, and then I just distressed them. For those of you who are following me on Instagram, must have seen that already. These are the pretty little ladies from Graphic Fairy, and this was when my printer wanted to print purple, and well, I still need to use them. I didn't throw them away. I will not be using ladies today. These are pre-cut die cuts from a die cut that I have, ticket die cut. I think they were the Thinlits, very, very old. And that will go back in there. I don't want to use those. I think I don't want to use these. If I need them, I'll go back. Anyway, so tickets from a swap. And this is, what is this? Piece of scrap paper. Just because it has a script, I kept it. Okay, so don't want that. I will want some of this. Put that there. Does that look good? Sort of. Let's see. Put some blue in there. And I think this one will come on top just like that. How does that look? Okay, I need a bird or a mushroom or something. Or a flower. Got some flowers there, but they're too small. So these are my cutout, my fussy cutting box. Okay, not this one. These are my die cut box, and this is my fussy cutting box. These are all free printables, and they are all from, most of them are from Graphics Fairy. They have a load of free printables, and the mushrooms are from the Navage patch, something like that. And butterflies. Let me see. Here's my tag. Moth. Pretty little moth. Oh, that looks good. Do you think I can put some green instead of the blue? Because the moth is green. What if I use, instead of the blue, I use the green one? Is it to green? There it goes, doesn't it? Don't know if I like that much, but I think that goes. Okay, that's what it will be. So now, hardest part is taking it apart again and putting it back together just to glue it. Because then you forget where half of the things went. So what I do is I try to put groups of them together. Okay, so let's take my awful glue. This is like a silicone glue, if I'm not mistaken. Do they say what it's made of? I'm sure in America you have a whole bunch of these. I don't know what it's made of. It just says universal, colorless, fast drying glue for leather, wood. Fast drying, sorry, hold on. Let me just put this on before it dries. Sorry about that. Where was I? Wood, glass, ceramic, felt, iron, what do you call this material? Fabric. There we go. And a whole bunch of other things. It is sort of ending, so that's why I put it upside down. Alright, so we got that down. Now this, I will be using my paper glue, my tacky glue. And this I will ooze a little bit more than a strand of hair out. Okay. What you can do with the tacky glue is just spread it with your finger if you like. Especially if you think that it will make your paper go wavy. But this is cardstock, so I doubt this will go wavy. So I'm just putting a nice load on it. I could distress this one a little bit more, you know, just to bring that green tone a little bit more down, not so bright. And I'm really cheating on this one. Should have done it before, but I only remembered now. Okay, so where was this one? This one was on top like that, right? Put that one on top here. It came like that. Does that look okay? That looks alright. Okay. Now, one of the things that I find very hard is to glue my mesh. So what I do is whatever I glue on top of the mesh has a lot of glue so that it will actually just seep through and hopefully glue it down and help it glue down onto the what's below my envelope. Não precisa fechar, meu filho. Não precisa fechar. That was my son asking me a question. As I said, I am with my children today. So look at that. Beautiful green moth. I actually think this moth came from a Navage patch. And a whole page full of moths and butterflies. Okay, so that's my pocket. How does that look? tag inside. There we go. Normally when I do this, my tag would be just a simple tag that I can write on. It won't be a decorative tag because this is really so nice and pretty. We don't want to, well, I wouldn't want to take the attention of this part here. So that is that. So another way to do pockets. Let's get another piece of just brown cardstock. I was actually very lucky to get this cardstock. I didn't pay for it. I went to those companies that do boxes and calendars and they use paper. So their stock is basically cardstock and paper. And I just went to the rubbish bin and I got their rubbish out, and all their rubbish is paper. So lovely bits and pieces of paper, and sometimes they have long strips. And once they had a whole pile, it was like this thick, whole pile of just this sized cardstock. And I just asked them if I could bring it. I do ask, I don't steal anything. I do ask, and they said yes, of course. So then that's why I didn't pay for this one. Let's see. I could use this one that I had already cut up, couldn't I? So let's just do this a different way. There's another way we can do this. And let's just do the tag size once again. Let's be snug there. So let's fold it away from the tag. So it will wriggle, room for wriggling under. Okay, so what I'm just creating on this one is 2 flaps, and this is a pocket that you can make so that you don't have that, well, you don't have this in the center. Alright, it's just another way. And it can come up. Do a nice crease. And what you want to do is just cut above in like a V or crooked line. No, not straight on the score line, but just above in like a V, in a V shape. And you cut that one away from the score line. Just get this bit out, almost like the pockets that we made in the laptop box. Okay, but this has only got one score line, so that's what we will be doing. Okay. Let's go to the dustbin, and then we'll just stick this one on top. Okay, and then we have no folds. Alright, let me just see if this fits. This fits nicely. Now we'll just have to trim the excess. That I will trim. Now, for this one you can use double-sided sticky tape because it is a nice strip. But since I have my tacky glue in my hand, I will just use the tacky glue. Okay. Should I have cut that? Should I have cut that? Because it will be a bit big. Let me just cut that. Why do I always remember these things after putting the glue in? And once again, I'm eyeballing this. So if I cut this skew, well, it stays skew. Glue that down. And I will edge it onto the one side, so that I will just cut the excess of only one side, which is this side here. Alright, so cut off the excess. Ooh, I really cut that skew. Just cut that again. Maybe I'll just go to my guillotine and just cut that off and make it straight. Okay, and then you have a pocket with no thingies joining, no paper joinings there. Can't see the joints. Shall we distress this baby? Yes, of course we will. So I like to use the lighter color first, and circular motions as well. Oh, that had a lot of ink on that one. Quite alright. Just looks great. I won't even cut this. Just let it be. Give it character. And for this one, I'll just do it like that. Because it's not the torn edge, I will just lightly put it on right on the edge and not go too far in. I like making the corners extremely dark, so I'll concentrate on the corners here. Because normally the corners of the old books are the ones that are more darker, right? Because it's where people put their hands. So, how does that look? Like that. Okay. Just get glue on my arm. Yes, I did. Alright, so, get more of these mashy things. Should I just use one or should I use two? Or all the pens. Lace, lace. We need lace. How about this one? This is a pretty one. Where's it new? Oh, I got new lace, just by the way, from AliExpress. And it was this one. Yeah. It is sort of elasticy. There's any down thing that I don't like about it, but it's alright. Okay. And I got this one here. That looks pretty. This is a curtain lace where you put the curtain hooks over here and hang your curtains. Where's the other one? There it is. Okay, that went wrong. Where's the end? Oh, darn. Okay, there's a lot of lace. I just knocked everything down. Okay, where's the end? Did I lose it again? Yes, I did. That's pretty. I want this one. Alright, now get this back in my bag of lace. And maybe I'll even use some feathers for this one. So, once again, just do your thing. All you need to do is just grab a bunch of things and just put it in there. Maybe use a pink ticket for this one somewhere here. Where's that blue one? Blue one here. Oops. Do that. This is upside down. Okay, and how about a flower? Shall I cut up a flower? Because I don't think I have any flowers in here. I have mushrooms, but I don't have flowers. I have birds. I don't have flowers. Well, this one's too small. I do not have flowers. So let me go to my book and choose a flower. Now, I need to be a small flower. It cannot be a tall flower. And the book is really cute because it even has like little birds and little bunnies. And then it's got bees and butterflies. I can do this one. Let me see this one. Well, that'll be big enough, right? Huh, that looks like a contender. That looks good. Let's see if I can get another one. That's a nice big one. Or small enough. Do that one, but that one's weird. That one there. Oh, I like that one. I like that one better than that one. Okay, I won't look anymore, because then I'll just not... Ooh, but then I got that one there. That's a dilemma about these books, you know, you need to look at what's at the back, but I definitely like this one more than I like that one. So this whole page is coming out. I am not afraid to kill books, I'm sorry. I'm a bad book person. Alright, so let's just cut. And if you do have the dilemma of these flowers on the back, just put it against a light so that you can see what well, I have a light on that side and it's actually shown here. So it's making the page a little bit transparent so that I can see what's in the back. And if I cut these flowers just, you know, on the edge, I will not cut up this flower. So I can still save that one. Okay. So let's just see if I can get that. Get the roots as well. Put it somewhere. Okay, against the light there. See? Still got it. There we go. Yeah, that one as well. So, fussy cutting. Who does not like fussy cutting? There are a lot of people who hate it. I love fussy cutting. And I don't like using the small scissors for fussy cutting. There are these tiny little scissors that people love using. I don't know how to use those small scissors. I use this nice big one. But this is such a nice smooth cut. These scissors cut nice and smoothly. So it's very easy for... And you can see how fast I'm going. It's very easy for fussy cutting, these scissors. And when you fussy cut, don't cut along the black line of the drawing. Leave that little white border, like a 1/16 of an inch. I'm getting good with my inches. A 1/16 of an inch, that's how much border you must leave, or in millimeters, that would be like a millimeter or two. Not much, not more than that. My children are making a noise in the other sitting room. Hope you cannot hear them, but if you do hear them, just ignore them. Listen to my voice. I'm not trying to hypnotize anyone, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go back to my collage thingy here. Where's my lace? Here we go. Something missing there. Okay, now I know I know the root's not going to fit, but flower can actually just pop over the pocket. It won't look bad. You don't need to put it all the way in. You can, but give it some dimension and some volume. Just push it out. Push it out to the sides, whatever. Now I can just notice that I'm not going to see much of that blue ticket at the back. So why not just bring that further down? I like that. Oh, that's not bad. How about the mesh sideways? Okay, I like that a little bit better. Oh, now can I get the root? Huh, get the root in. And if I do that, almost be a double-sided pocket. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, I have my pocket planned out. So, first, lace. Let's get my powerful glue. Goes on. Any good thing about this glue, if it gets on your fingers, just scrub them and it comes right off. Not scrub them, but you know, do that. Don't know how you call it. Sorry. There. One over there, just above. I know I did it side by side just now, but I hope I won't regret doing it by side by side. And this will come nice and down because, oh yeah, there we go. That looks good. Oh, and I can't do the roots because of the lace. That's right. Oh, I'll have to cut the roots, but that's all right. Let me just cut that along. Sorry, my throat's getting very froggy. So now, let me just mark where I don't put glue. So I will not put glue above this mark here. So those funny coloring pencils that have all the colors in there. Love these pencils. One of my children's pencils. Whatever they lose comes into mommy's drawers. Now, I am putting a lot of glue on this one because it has to go through my mesh. Okay, so don't shoot me now. How does that look? I can actually put like a little butterfly on there. It'll look good. Or a bird. Or a... What do you call this? Now I've got the Portuguese word in my head. Another word, cogumelo. That's a funny word. It's mushroom. Thank you. Cogumelo. Can you say that? Cogumelo. A whole bunch of tutorials here. Portuguese and how to make pockets. So, thank you for just knocking these down. Put that one another place. Okay, so how about a butterfly right there, and a mushroom. That one there. No, that one there. I like that. Okay. I'm quick in deciding. You either like it or you don't. Don't like it, put it away. Get another one. That's what I usually tell when I used to do workshops. That's what I used to tell my students. You have 3 seconds to decide on what paper you want to use or what embellishment you want to use. More than that, just put it away. Don't waste more time on things like that. We'll never get anything done. So, 3 seconds. Look at it. Like it? Keep it. Don't like it? Don't use it. Put it away. Next. Okay. I like that. And that's my pocket. How does that look? Oh, that looks so pretty. I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue there. No need for glue there. That'll be alright. Won't come apart. So we just made 2 pockets. Hope you enjoyed that. And if you do make some, don't forget to tag me on Instagram. And, well, that's it. I'll be making more in a moment, so I'll be coming back to you in a moment. See you later.